Welcome everyone who's on so far. Hope you're having a good morning. My phone says 10:59, so we'll go ahead and give it one more minute, and then we'll get started today. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are calling in from across this beautiful country of ours. Welcome to this webinar this morning. My name is Romar Carl. I'm going to be the presenter today, represent BestPack. I'm the National Sales Development Manager. Ray Default, our National Sales Manager, is also on this presentation. But as we go through these slides, just typical format as the last couple of months that we've done. If you have any questions, please put them into the chat. We will have 15 minutes or so at the end of the presentation here in about 40 minutes or so in order to address those. So please take notes. Also, if you have any questions about the material, your BestPack regional sales managers will be fantastic sources to get in touch with as well if you have any questions. So today we're going to be talking about BestPack's BestPack Advantage program. And this may be very familiar to some of you, to others, you may only know bits and pieces. There are some perks to it that are much more well known than others, but today we're going to be running through the entirety of the program just to bring you up to speed on how it can benefit your customers, yourselves, and really strengthen our partnership as we go to market together. But before we do that, I wanted to just provide another COVID-19 update. It's been about 2.5 months since we did the last one. I wanted to give you kind of a state on BestPack. We are very, very busy, and we very much appreciate your partnerships, your loyalty, and your business. We are shipping out all kinds of machines every single day, every week. We're doing consistently well over 100 machines every month. It's been really nice to see because typically the summer months, especially June and July, can be slower in the packaging industry prior to ramping up in the third quarter. So really appreciate that. We are going full blown, full speed ahead. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner, these are recent pictures that we are well stocked on equipment, well stocked on tape. So again, if you have any needs, especially as we get into the third quarter and people are ramping up for holidays and stuff, just let us know. We are here to help. So also wanted to give you a real quick what's hot. We've seen the markets, the industry across the country take some shifts. Facilities in certain states have begun opening up again, and then of course we see spikes in the virus in different areas. And so now, 2.5 months later from our original What's Hot presentation, just wanted to let you know about a few machines that are really selling quite hot and heavy. And the first and foremost is our MSD22. This is called our Simple System promotion. And I apologize, I should have put Simple System on there. But what you get in this promotion, which is something we haven't really talked about in any of these presentations yet, is everything in that picture. The middle part is the MSD22 uniform semi-automatic carton sealer. It means it's going to be used for batch runs. You're going to manually adjust it in order to set it up for a new size. but we typically just talk about the machine itself and then the accessories separately. So this is a promotion that's been running for a long time. It's probably familiar to quite a few of you, but this promotion, you get both the in-feed and exit conveyors as well as casters. What's not shown in this picture is our 20-inch in-feed and exit conveyor, which is half the size, and you get your choice of two in-feed and exit conveyors. You know, you could do one 20-inch, one 40-inch, and then all the casters that come along with it. And it's a very, very good deal. We've got the promotional MSRP there on the right. Obviously, as a distributor, you get your discount off that depending on distributor level. So it's a very, very good deal out in the market for customers. But this machine has been very, very popular. Another one that's been popular is that same MSD22 model, but with that packing station area out front. And so this picture is a little different. Doesn't have the conveyors in feed running into it. It's got that T-rail instead with extended belts and a 3-flap folder. So this is a built-in packing station and carton sealer combination. It does not require any air, which is something else that makes it so popular. But all of these semi-automatic machines, they're available immediately. They're in stock. They don't require any installation. And so that's part of the reason they're selling, is because a technician doesn't have to go into a site and install the machines. And so they've been very nice. This is an all-in-one machine where the operator can do the packing, the sealing on the box, and get it out. And perhaps, you know, this is a way for personnel within a company to have fewer contact with each other, just because of, you know, safety precautions that a company might be putting into place. But regardless of why, it is in stock, and again, no air required. So very cool machine here. We'll buzz through these what's hot machines just so we can get to the BPA program that I know a lot of you are interested in hearing. Next one that's been going off the shelves quite a bit is the RS unit. Again, semi-automatic unit. So it doesn't require any installation. This one does need air, just because it randomly adjusts to whatever sizes are put into it. But great machine for e-commerce and distribution. And as we get here into the August, here is in just 2 more days, right? As we get into August, September, companies are going to start to ramp up for the holiday shipping. And I don't know about you, but my guess is that we'll probably see a record number of online orders this year, especially for the holidays, due to the COVID, brick and mortar places not being open and accessible in all markets, and perhaps a possible, you know, second round of shutdown. So this is a semi-automatic version for that industry. The CSS is one of the many fully automatic versions that we have. And like I said, e-commerce distribution, I personally do expect an extremely high volume of packages to be ordered online this year, in particular in 2020. And so I would be personally out on the streets, which I do try to get out on the streets as much as possible. In fact, I'm heading out again this afternoon. But contact any and all people you know that might be selling online, because I would bet they're going to see a huge spike in volume in 2020 versus previous years. And this kind of random automation might be very, very favorable for them. This fully automatic machine that you're seeing, the CSS, up to 30 cartons a minute. You have pass-through for plastic totes, crates, pre-taped boxes. So very, very slick machine that we've showcased before. Again, we're flying through these. If you have any additional questions about the specific machines, please let us know. Talk to your BestPack regional sales manager. Another one that's been very popular is the Elvis fully automatic carton erector. This has the box on demand sensor, so it can help fit in very tight spaces. What that sensor is a photo eye on the back end, where if a box is in front of it, blocking the laser, so to speak, it will not pump out another box until that box is moved. You can load it on running. It's got a small footprint, but this is really the labor-intensive part of the packaging area if you're thinking about carton erecting and sealing boxes. And so many people, while we have this temporary window in many states of allowing technicians in to do installations, are taking advantage of this machine, which only ballparks around $32,000 retail. You know, that's the MSRP for this. So the ROI is extremely fast for a company. And now I would, again, urge people to take advantage of that. I think another thing that we've seen really helping to cause a lot of these machines to sell at a high rate is some of these increased stimulus checks. I know that's been an issue in California. We just put out a few of these the other week. And a lot of people just aren't returning back to work yet. And so companies are having to get by with the increased consumer demand online with, you know, a less available labor force, so to speak. So I'm sure that will change here in the next 30 days or so, depending on what happens, in politics. But again, great machine that could be very beneficial to companies now that are experiencing labor shortages. I throw the AS or AQ style machine up here because every time you sell an Elvis, there's an opportunity to sell one of these for the back end of the line. They just go hand in hand together. I mentioned the 3 carton erectors that shipped out just the other week. 3 of these AS units went with it. So fully automatic uniform machines that'll go hand in hand with those carton erectors right off the bat. And then, if I recall correctly, finally, the last machine that I wanted to mention real quick that's been popular, we just shipping a few of these as well this week, I think. These are specifically for the ag industry. Sorry, let me get that video going. Citrus, potatoes, telescoping HSC boxes. This is a great option for those industries. And I mentioned this industry in particular because the ag industry really starts to light up here in end of August, early September. That's when you'll see a lot of these sheds start to pack and ship products. In fact, in many parts of the country, the Midwest, the Southwest, some of these facilities are only running between August and April or May. And then they use that summertime to acquire new equipment, clean up their lines, get ready for the next year. And so this is a great time, great opportunity to check with those types of companies and see if they need any automation for the upcoming season. All right. And we can't forget to mention tape as well because it is in stock. We have national distribution from BestPack from our 4 warehouses. And companies continue to try and cut expenses by going with recycled corrugated boxes. And you'll need a tape or a specific adhesive blended for that kind of material, the shorter fiber lengths, to work on that. So if you need tape, let us know. Kind of like the starting points for the e-commerce industry, gearing up for the holidays, ag industry gearing up for that time of the season now. I always like to say the third quarter is the time to really try and lock in tape at accounts because they're going to get ready for the holidays, the online ordering system, and they don't want to mess with trialing new tapes and stuff like that in the fourth quarter typically. That's from my personal experience, what I've seen across the country. I also am mentioning it because who knows if we're going to have another shutdown in much of the country. And that's just being completely candid with everybody. We may get to a point where a lot of these facilities that have opened up and are letting us come back in now will shut down again and not allow vendors to really get in there. So I would take this window of opportunity and get in there and talk to your customers about their tape needs and lock them into a solution that should not only save them money but also provide a lot of the benefits that we're about to talk about now with BestPack's Advantage program. So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we will try to address them in that 15-minute section afterwards. So the BPA, the BestPack Advantage program, this is really, bread and butter. Offering that BestPack has, not only for you as the distributors, but for your customers and for the end users, the companies actually using the equipment and the tape. All right, so the BestPack Advantage program, it is a program designed for companies that are using BestPack tape. All right, and when actually before I get to this, let me just mention some of that process, okay? To become a BestPack Advantage member, there is a little form that needs filled out. It's basically just the contact information for the end user. There's also a spot for the contact information for yourselves, the distributors. And again, today I'm assuming that like last week, you know, we have primarily our distributor partners on this presentation. So this form will ask for that information so that we can get that into our system, and we can assign a specific membership ID number that you can see in the bottom right there for that account. That number is there to help keep track of the perks that are associated with this program, because every time they order tape, we want to make sure that they get their voucher and their benefits and stuff like that that are associated with that. So there is that paper to fill out, and that's it. It's not a contract. You know, we're not saying people you have to, you know, use BestPack tape for the next 2 years or something. That's not what this program is. If it's something you want to do, hey, that's up to you. You know, we want to try and, you know, hopefully keep the business in their long term, obviously, and we think that this is a solution that will be able to do so. So when that company signs up, the end user will get this little booklet, and I've actually got one right here in front of me. It's very small, but all the information, the slides that we talk about today are going to be in here. You get the membership ID number right here, and that is just something they can use to like I said, track a lot of these perks. But it's a really nice component too, because it also gives them details for the program that they can have physically. And of course, PDF versions are available as well, and there's more information on the website. But when you're a member, you sign up, this is something that you get, and the perks that you get to experience begin with right up front, a lot of membership perks, a lot of early access to discounts and promos. So every once in a while, you know, we have these quarterly promotions. We have annual promotions sometimes at MSD Simple System, right? But a lot of times we'll do a flash sale, or we'll do a member-only discount for BPA members, right? There might be clearance sales. Perhaps there are machines that the shift in the industry, you know, has resulted in us having more inventory for a particular model, and we'll want to do that. Sometimes machines that are used in trade shows and stuff, you know, those aren't necessarily sold at the trade show perhaps, and so then we offer a special discount on them, because if we use it for demos and stuff like that at a trade show and whatnot, we call it a used machine, and so we offer promotions on that. But there are all kinds of special perks and discounts that the marketing team and the sales teams are continually coming up with to help benefit that. So that's just one advantage of being on the BestPack Advantage program. Secondly, let's talk about the maintenance programs. Okay, this is where, I mean, everybody, right? Who doesn't love, you know, support and maintenance for the equipment that they get? And so we've got two key aspects to this part of the BestPack Advantage program. I'm actually going to start with number 2 real quick, because I'll talk a little bit more about number 1 in depth. But BestPack Advantage members get priority support. Right now, if you're a BestPack Advantage member, you know, if you're not one, right, historically in the years past, if you had a machine that you wanted help troubleshooting over the phone or something, obviously they're going to reach out to you guys as the distributors and the immediate local support. But so many times they're also going to call BestPack. You might call BestPack and ask for help from our technicians or engineering team. That call is going to go into a line, and if the techs are busy, you've got to leave a voicemail. We'll call you back. As a BestPack Advantage member, we've opened up that call line to buzz every single technician that we have across the country and every single engineer. And so now that call is going to be answered and picked up 100% of the time, and they're going to get immediate help right off the bat. We know that any downtime in production is bad, and so we're here to make sure that these companies and your customers are not having that downtime. Now, the preventative maintenance is another way that we help to do that, because we want to make sure to prevent downtime. We'd rather prevent emergencies from happening than putting out those fires when they do, right? That's just nicer for everybody involved. And so we can schedule routine preventative maintenance programs. In fact, when we started this year, I'm just going to pull this off my wall. We had a technician schedule that we were working with our regional sales guys. We were having technicians go to different states and different areas regularly, every 3 months on rotation. Obviously, COVID-19 put a stop to that. It is something that will start up again once we get out there, more routinely. But if your customer wants a specific plan and they are okay with the BestPack technician going into their facility, we can schedule that every 3 months or every 6 months, whatever it is, depending on the number of machines, how intricate the machines are, right? A fully automatic versus a semi-automatic. Everything is customizable on a case-by-case basis for the account to make sure their machines are taken care of and looked after. So if you have any customers that are using BestPack tape and they're not signed up on the program, but this would be of value to them, you feel, and even yourself, maybe you don't have a technical team at your company, let us know. We want to make sure to get them on this program. Again, it's not a contract. It's just an agreement that they get these perks as long as they're using the BestPack tape. So just let us know. Let your BestPack regional sales manager know, please. All right. The next two items are probably the most popular aspects of the BestPack Advantage program. And this first one that we're going to talk about is the vouchers. The BPA vouchers that can be redeemed for tape heads, spare parts, machine parts, lots of different things. Now, this BPA voucher program, what it is when you buy a pallet of tape, or when your customer buys a pallet of tape, right, they get a $50 voucher for every pallet of hand tape, or a $100 voucher for every pallet of machine tape. Okay. These vouchers, like I said, are good for BestPack parts. They're good for tape heads. I always recommend someone have a spare tape head for a machine. Handheld tape dispensers, right? Tape guns right here. Compatible parts. I'll note that on the next slide. But I just wanted to give a couple examples of some voucher program stories that I've worked with personally. For, let's say, a hand tape user, okay? Some may question, well, this is great for spare parts on equipment, but what if my customer doesn't have any machines? Odds are they're still using tape guns, right? Handheld dispensers. And so if they get that pallet of hand tape, they get that $50 voucher, which from BestPacks, probably good for about 8 tape guns or so, thereabouts. I had a customer that was in the automotive parts industry. They did aftermarket parts, and in their facility, no equipment, because these boxes could be, TV-sized boxes for windshield type components, to door components, all the way down to, little accessories. So they didn't have a machine for that, just because the different tape styles, the box styles, I mean. But what they did was they had a bunch of guys on forklifts going around these aisles that go really, really high, grab their parts, that kind of stuff. And they had an issue where they were constantly dropping their tape dispensers off of the forklifts, and they'd fall on the ground, a couple racking levels below, and break. And so they were always buying, a new box, 24, 36, tape guns at least every 90 days, probably. And so they were a fantastic, opportunity to get on this BestPack Advantage program, because now every pallet they get, they can count on getting 8 tape head dispensers, and it works with that solution for them. So the $100 voucher, on the other hand, is great. Obviously, it's applied for machines, right? But you can use it for tape head dispensers if you'd like. You're still going to have a couple of those, even if you have machines. But there was a national food company that big account, locations all over the country, and a single location in California. Mind you, these national accounts can use quite a bit of tape. They, with this program and just the vouchers alone, were able to save or get, you know, over $10,000 a year in additional savings through this voucher program. Now they use hand tape and machine tape, and for those of you asking what that volume might be, for them it was roughly a pallet of hand tape a week, and almost 2 pallets of machine tape a week. So that's a big customer. All right, that is a big tape user. But that was one of this company's locations, and I just wanted to give that as an example for you know, what kind of savings that they had. If you were to look at what $100 voucher is to you know, percent savings, you know, perhaps for tape, what you could do is take your pallet of tape, which I think is going to be like 288 rolls, and if you were to do the math on average, if you know, with the roll cost, you would see roughly a 4% savings on each roll of machine tape, if they were counting that free $100 voucher into that as well, and just factoring that in. So that's just an FYI. It was a question that was asked before the presentation. But very popular program that you don't have to have equipment to benefit from this. Now, regarding that last bullet point there of compatible parts and stuff, we have for the last couple of years been able to provide compatible parts for 3M, some Intertape, some Love Shaw, Wexar Bell, some Deca heads and stuff that you can apply these vouchers to as well. So if you have a customer that has, or maybe they're not even a customer yet, right? They're a prospect. You're wanting to get the tape business in there, and they have multiple brands of machines. This BPA program is a phenomenal tool in your belt to help support all of the machines in their sealing network. All right, if they have a Wexar Bell machine, Deca heads, right? You know, we can help take care of some of those heads just by using BestPack tape. We're taking care of those. Obviously, BestPack also has universal tape heads, so if they want to put a BestPack head in some of these other brands of machines, that can be done as well and support it that way. But we do a lot of these wear and tear parts and these other tape heads provide those parts as well that can be redeemed with these vouchers. The next part that is very, very popular is the extended warranty that can come with this. Excuse me, it's been a little dry here in Idaho lately. Thank you. Our typical warranty on a machine that you're going to see is 1 year. All right, it's a 1 year warranty. That's just pretty standard in the industry. And then if you ever want additional years coverage, you pay for it. And depending on the size and the cost and complexity of the machine, that extended warranty could range from, you know, just $1,000, $1,200 or whatever, all the way up to $10,000+, depending on the machine when you're looking at automation, right? Especially fully automated equipment. So when you have the opportunity to get 2 additional years at no extra cost just because you're using BestPack tape during that same time period, that's a lot of savings right there as well. And so this has been a very popular component of the BestPack Advantage program, especially for those accounts that are getting fully automated equipment. And we had, again, another example. This was a large national company, many locations across the country. They were a distribution company. They had a brick and mortar stores, and their distribution centers would bring in all kinds of products that they would pack up and ship out to their brick and mortar locations. And we were trialing one of the CSS machines that was on one of the video slides that we saw before, up to 30 cartons a minute, random, fully automatic. And what really pushed them over the edge to buy the machine, and they ended up buying 7, was this extended warranty program. This company, which we were so thrilled about, had their techs involved to help make the decision. And so the techs were there very upfront with the trial machine, performance guarantees, that kind of stuff. And they loved how simple the BestPack equipment is to maintain, but also the perks of the maintenance programs and the maintenance support that BestPack provides for the equipment. And I give my give my engineering team props, huge props, 2 thumbs up to all of the above and beyond support that they offer their customers. And I hope that has been the case for everybody on this presentation today. If you're one of our partners out in the field, I hope you've seen that from BestPack's engineering team, from our regional sales managers. We always want to make sure that we have the best, greatest partnership possible, and a lot of that goes to servicing the equipment as well. So their techs were involved, our techs were involved, and the demonstration went off great. There were a couple of hiccups based on some new boxes that were put into the mix and some new requirements that came in, but we got it to work. They ended up getting 7 of those, and like I said, the extended warranty was really what pushed them over the top to getting that. So this extended warranty, I mentioned the form that is required just to become a member with the BPA. Again, not a contract, it's an agreement. There is a form that we want to have filled out for this extended warranty component as well. And that's because the warranty is for a length of time, right? It's 3 years. And we can't just have, hey, buy a single pallet of tape, boom, you get a 3-year warranty. All right, that would not make sense. For BestPack, the provider, fiscally. So what this is depending on the types of machines that are in there, right? Fully automatic are going to require more support than a semi-automatic machine. We have certain volume-based numbers each year to help keep this warranty intact, and it's very minimal. It's very, very minimal, but it is there on a case-by-case basis, so we do have an extra form for this. So if they want to be on the BestPack membership program, the BPA, they would like extended warranty with the machines that they are purchasing, then just let us know, because our BestPack regional sales managers will talk to you about what kind of volume. And I'm talking about like 2 pallets of tape a year for a semi-automatic machine. Okay, it is not big volume. So just let us know. And I saw that question pop up. We'll get to that right here in a few more slides. We also have a tape head refurbished program. All right, and the steps for the refurbished program are like this. The tape head is received by BestPack. Our technicians perform an assessment on that, okay, based on what's damaged, what's the wear and tear parts. Are there any parts missing even? And we affix a price on that based on a 3-tier system, which we'll talk about on the next slide. And then the tape head is sent out within a day of that order. All right, and so these tiers are, again, based on the condition of the tape head that we receive. Tier 1 would be a tape head that needs just normal wear and tear items, your rubber rollers, your blades, and your springs, right? They're the wear and tear items. It's just been used. It has not been abused. That is a very inexpensive cost. In fact, a new tape head, right, retails for around $1,300, okay? And the cost of a refurbished tape head is all the way down to like, it's down there like $250, $300 range for this tier 1. It's a huge savings to get that kind of new tape head in there. Now tier 2, you're going to change out the same wear and tear parts, but you're also going to look at the mandrel, the one-way roller, the idle roller. There may be some minor structural damage to it, which might be bent brackets and stuff. And so at that tier, your cost will be a little more. It's like another $100 or something. It's very minimal. And then tier 3 is one where that tape head has it's been beaten, it's been abused, it's been well loved, so they say, right? It's going to have all of the changes and cleanups in tiers 1 and 2, but you're going to have broken brackets, shafts. You may have some parts that are missing and stuff, and essentially you just need a new tape head. And so instead of paying $1,300 retail for a new tape head, that cost is only going to be around like that $750, that kind of ballpark retail for that thing. So very minimal, a lot of savings on these tape heads just because you're using BestPack tape, which ideally you're saving money on anyways, right? So in a summary slide, a lot of perks to this program: member specials, extended warranties, tape vouchers that are used on parts, dispensers. There's tape at exchange, refurbishment programs, tape at agreements. When an account is signed up, again, based on the volume, number of machines they have, we always treat this on a case by case basis. So if we need to provide some tape heads up front, with an agreement, then they earn that. They earn to keep those, over length of period, based on the volume. That's easy to do. And so the BestPack Advantage program is something it's available for every single account out there. It's also tailored to every single account out there on a case-by-case basis, because we know that no two accounts are the same. All right, everyone's going to be different, have different volumes, different needs. So if you're not aware of the BPA program, whether your distributor, your company offers it or not, check with your BestPack regional sales manager, please. We do have different distributor levels. We've got associate, partner, senior partner, based on the participation in this partnership. It could be trainings, which are a little interesting this year with COVID, right? Joint calls, number of other things with BestPack. So if you're not in one of those top two tiers, then you don't have access to this BestPack Advantage program. And if you want to find out what you need to do to qualify, please get in touch with your BestPack regional sales manager. My guess would be that most people on this presentation are probably qualified in those top two tiers already. So please let us know. Again, check the BestPack website. If you have any questions, there is information on this. There is information about that warranty, right? bestpack.com/warranty. If you needed details for what that warranty is, what would be entailed if it's extended and stuff. But please also connect with us on social media, because then you'll be really up to date on all of those flash sales and those special promotions that are getting out there to the customers, to the BPA members.